Good morning. And welcome to worship with the Unitarian Universalist Church of Ventura. I am Pastor Erik Halspeth, your minister here at UUCV. I use he, they pronouns, and what a fine morning to be here with all of you. Welcome to everyone here in the sanctuary, and welcome to all of you on Zoom, wherever you may be. No matter how you got yourself to this place of sanctuary, whether driving, cycling, wheeling, zooming, stepping with care, or arriving with Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin, I am glad you have joined us. This is a community made of people with many beliefs, identities, origins, sexualities, and genders, and all are welcome here. A land acknowledgement is a critical step towards working with Indigenous communities to secure meaningful partnership and inclusion in the stewardship and protection of their cultural resources and homelands. Our institutions were founded upon exclusions and erasures of Indigenous people. We honor and are grateful for the land we occupy and recognize the ongoing damage of settler colonialism. Specifically, we acknowledge that the land on which we gather in this sanctuary, today known as Ventura, is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Chumash Ventureño people, who have stewarded this land for thousands of years. We honor their ancestors, elders, and descendants as they continue their deep spiritual and cultural connections to the land and the water. And now it's time for announcements. Today, after the service, the Health and Safety Ministry team will give a presentation on protecting UUCV from ICE and other threats. The team is looking for volunteers to help with monitoring the church entrance during services and greeting those who arrive late to the service, whether newcomer or longtime member. The meeting will be held here in the sanctuary at 11:30. Coming up in 2 weeks from yesterday, there will be a celebration of life for Pat Oberg. And that will be November 8th at 1 p.m. here at UUCV in the sanctuary, followed by a reception afterwards in Berg Hall. Please join Pat's family in celebrating her life. Merle, we are all thinking of you. Next Sunday, November 2nd, our morning service commemorates El Día de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. You are invited to bring photos and mementos of loved ones, family members, friends, and animal companions who have passed on that you wish to honor on the ofrenda altar being prepared by members of our congregation's People of Color group. Further information will follow in our UUCV This Week email, online news. Let me remind you to refer to the announcements in the weekly email message that I just mentioned, UUCV This Week, for current announcements. Finally, for those who may be new to the church, the section of seats over here to your right near the open windows is being maintained as an area for those of us who are more comfortable being around others wearing masks during worship. Now, enter with me this sacred space. Bring with you what is yours, a burdened heart, a joyous song, a wearied spirit, a seeking mind. Bring the gift of yourself to the altar. It is an honorable gift. Let us enter this sacred space.
I am Worship Associate Xenia Young, and at this time I'd like to invite CJ to come up and join us. As we begin our service by lighting the chalice, we remember its origin, a beacon of hope during the dark days of World War II, a secret symbol used to signal safety and solidarity. Though born in a time of crisis, the flaming chalice continues to shine, as a sign of courage, compassion, and the enduring power of hope. It still offers hope. It still calls us forward. We invite those who are joining us from afar, whether through Zoom or streaming, to now light a chalice or a candle at home as CJ lights the chalice of our free faith here in the sanctuary. May this shared flame connect us across distance, in spirit, and in purpose.
I think we have enough matches. We'll see. Okay, here, let's just do this. Here.
Oh, thank you, CJ. Our call to worship this morning is from a favorite poet of ours, Mary Oliver, and the title of it is Mindful. Every day, I see or hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light. It is what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations. Oh, good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these? The untrimmable light of the world, the ocean shine, the prayers that are made out of grass. Come, let us worship together.
Good morning, all. I'm Zach Spencer. I know that because after 7 years, someone said, you should wear a name tag. As we sing, I invite you all to rise in body and spirit as we sing number 1010, We Give Thanks.
Rappaport, the Director of Family Ministry, with a new mic. And now is the time that is the time for the children and all of us. So if I would call all those young or young at heart to come join me up in front. And as you come up, you can gather the non-perishable food donations if anybody's brought anything, and then leave them up here in the basket. The food donations will go to Ride Alliance 805, supporting our immigrant neighbors.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
So today's story is a simple story. It's about inclusion, hospitality, and welcoming, and it uses an umbrella as a metaphor for something that demonstrates how kindness and inclusion can work. So the story is called The Big Umbrella, co-written by Amy June Bates and her 11-year-old daughter, Juniper Bates. Oh my, do you see those dark, puffy clouds rolling in? It looks like rain is coming. And when it rains, what's something that we could use to stay dry? Umbrella comes in very handy. So by the front door, we'll go to the next slide. By the front door, there is an umbrella. And we're going behind, so you want to go to the next slide. There we go. So now it's going to be a ride. It's big. It is a big, friendly umbrella. And we'll go to the next slide now, okay? It likes to help. Okay. It likes to spread its arms wide, and it loves to give shelter. It loves to gather people in. It doesn't matter if you are tall, or hairy, or plaid. It doesn't matter how many legs you have. Okay. Some people worry that there won't be enough room under the big umbrella. But the amazing thing is, there is. Yeah, there is always room. And so what do you think the big umbrella might be a symbol for? Community, right? That's it, okay. And how is that big umbrella like our community? And if the umbrella could talk, what do you think it would say to someone who felt left out? Okay. So let's think about that today. And you are the big umbrella too. So can you be more inviting? And as we now stand up in the middle aisle to form a bridge of love, we're going to invite our children out to their classes and sing them out.
We hold you in our love as you go, May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go. We hold
Each Sunday, we give away our entire collection, gifting it to an organization doing meaningful work in the larger community or to funds that support people in our own church. This practice is one of the many ways we live our values and put them into action, sharing what we have to care for one another. Folks who are here with us in the sanctuary can also text to give or can drop a check or cash in the box at the back wall of the sanctuary during the offertory music or after the service. And the link is up on the screen if you need to use it during this time. This week's offering goes to our InReach Outreach Fund, which is used to help folks in our own congregation, as well as people in our community in need of short-term help. Recently, this fund was used to help a desperate 18-year-old woman who had just had a baby via an early delivery cesarean section, did not have a place to live, and was terrified over her ordeal and what lay ahead for her and her child. Social Services has provided her with a motel room while her case managers work to get more suitable housing for her. Our InReach Outreach Fund was able to provide food, diapers, clothing, and hope to this young woman while she waits for housing. Thanks to Kathy Powell's Seniors in Action team for their quick action, and thank all of you for giving generously as you always do. We celebrate the generosity of this congregation, whose giving helps create a world more just and a world more loving. The sharing of joys and sorrows and milestones is one of the many ways we hold one another in community. Each week, we help the congregation stay connected and strong by sharing with one another some of the heartfelt joys and sorrows that touch all of our lives. There's power and comfort in standing together in those moments, and in joy and in sorrow, we know we do not stand alone. We place stones in water for both the celebrations and hurts in our hearts, making ripples that are felt throughout the entire community. Now we invite you to speak into the silence any of the names you wish to memorialize or those you feel are in need of the loving embrace of this beloved community. Pastor Erik will now place one final stone in the water for all the joys and sorrows just shared and those yet still unspoken in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. May we be truly grateful for all that is our life.
Please remain seated as we join each other in singing our meditation hymn, number 318, We Would Be One.
We would be one as now we join in singing our hymn of love to pledge ourselves anew to that high cause of greater understanding of who we are and what in us is true. We would be one in living for each other to show to all a new community. We would be one in building for tomorrow a nobler world than we have known today. We would be one in searching for that meaning which binds our hearts and points us on our way. As one we pledge ourselves to greater service with love and justice, strive to make us free.
These words of wisdom are from chapter 11 of Lao Tzu's Tai Ching, specifically the Guy Fu Feng and Jane English translation. 30 spokes share the wheel's body. It is the center spoke that makes it useful. Shape clay into a vessel. It is the space within it that makes it useful. Cut doors and windows for a room. It is the holes which make it useful. Therefore, benefit comes from what is there, usefulness from what is not there.
I invite you now into a time of meditation. In the reading, Lao Tzu writes of usefulness being a product of what is not present. As we sit in meditative silence this morning, let us empty our minds and ponder what is not there. Place your feet upon the floor. Close your eyes if you wish, and breathe in and breathe out. Noticing your breath, both as it comes in and it goes out. Relax in this moment and just breathe.
Here we are, together again. Many hearts, many hands. We are learning as we go on a journey as we grow. You can be what you can see. This is a community, not just a place to be. We're part of this history. This is a community, stronger through diversity. We're writing the story of hope. We are the bells that ring. We are the songs we sing. We are the gifts we bring. We are the work and play. We are the words we say. We are what's happening. We are the community. Oh, it's the way that we do things around here. It's our why and the good things that we share. 'Cause you can't be what you can't see. This is a community, not just a place to be. We're part of this history. This is a community stronger through diversity. We're writing the story of hope. We're writing the story of hope. We are the bells that ring. We are the songs we sing. We are the gifts we bring. We are the work and play. We are the words we say. We are what's happening. We are the community. 'Cause here we are, together again. Many hearts, many hands. We are learning as we go
on a journey as we grow. You can be what you can see. This is a community, not just a place to be. We're part of this history. This is a community stronger through diversity. We're writing the story of hope. We're writing the story of hope. We are the bells that ring. We are the songs we sing. We are the gifts we bring. We are the work and play. We are the words we say. We are what's happening. We are the community. Oh, we are the community. We are the community.
Good morning again. My son had a game he played during the pandemic. He usually played this game while I was on Zoom with my friends in seminary. He'd go and he'd find a roll of gift wrapping paper. Didn't matter what kind it was. Birthday, check. Christmas, check. Hanukkah, check. Nondescript paper suitable for any old occasion. Well, holy or profane, it didn't matter. He picked it up. He'd grab the roll and run off with it to his room. And about 5 minutes later, I would hear the pitter-patter of little feet running down the hall towards the room where I had my desk, where I usually took Zoom calls. "Daddy," he'd say, "do we have any tape?" After searching through the shoeboxes of office supplies, he'd run off back to his room and I'd continue with the Zoom call. Sometime later, he'd reappear. Inevitably, in this situation, he was carrying a crudely wrapped gift. Typically, the paper was half shredded, a result of both his kindergarten scissors and the shape of the item he had tried to wrap. Approximately 25 feet of scotch or masking tape would be wrapped around the paper and the obscured object inside, and he would hand it to me triumphantly. "Here's your gift," he'd say. Oh, that glee in his voice as he delivered the gift of the unknown to me, knowing that I would never guess that the paper towel tube he had wrapped contained 5 marbles, a Hot Wheels car, a green crayon, and a pair of my socks that had raccoon faces on them. You can see it. There's another one. I guarantee you it's the same. And in fact, these socks were a gift to me from his older siblings. And oh, to be 5 years old again and get that joy from giving a gift. Now, you've all given gifts, right? Raise your hand if you've given a gift. Good, we got an A++. We all have given somebody a gift at some point in our lives. What were these sorts of gifts? What have you given people? Money. Clothes. All kinds of things. We give all kinds of things to people, right? Lots of different kinds of things. Who here has ever received a gift? Almost everybody raised their hand. I see one person. I'm not going to call them out. But I would assume that everyone in this room has also probably at some point in their life received some sort of gift. And what does it feel like when we receive a gift? Amazing. Anything else? When there are 100+ people here, it is actually hard to hear that there are many. So that's a gift too, also, having 100+ people here. But we feel a lot of different emotions when we receive a gift. We feel appreciation for the gift. We feel gratitude from the person, gratitude that the person gave us a gift. It can change our outlook about somebody. Oh, I wasn't expecting this gift. It's so wonderful. Thank you. There's a lot of mystery and wonder when we receive a gift. Remember talking about the joy of my son giving me a gift and knowing that I would have no idea what was inside of the paper towel tube. He used other objects, but that was like a box. It's just a round one, and whatever he could fit in there, that's what I got. Now, to a small child, receiving a gift might even be more wondrous. It's a huge deal. You get a box. You don't know what's inside of it. You get a big box. It could have something even bigger inside. What if you got a giant box? I'll try not to knock that over, but what if you got a giant box, like the size of a refrigerator? What could be in it? Well, if you're 5 years old, you probably aren't hoping to get a refrigerator. What are some other things in a refrigerator-sized box that you could get? A bicycle, a stuffed animal, a really big stuffed animal. A what? Dolphin? Well, they breathe air. They would. I don't know. I can't. I couldn't hear that. But you could. You could get.
Doesn't need to be anything in it. They'll just love the box.
Well, that's true also. But the box is big enough that you could have an elephant in it. We heard about The Little Prince a few weeks ago, and this is a famous drawing from it of a hat, right? Is it a hat or is it a snake that has eaten an elephant? Anything could be inside of the box, including an elephant. Although a refrigerator box, it would be a small elephant, probably about the size of that one. But it would be, you could have an elephant in the box. And for adults, we still have something of that sense of wonder. Maybe not as imaginative as a 5-year-old. We probably aren't thinking there's a miniature elephant in the refrigerator box, but we want to know if the refrigerator is super fancy or a plain. Does it have one of those TVs on the front? How fancy is the refrigerator? And how'd you get so much wrapping paper to wrap around the whole thing? That's not fun. Maybe the gift that we get is not a thing, though, like a physical object. Maybe it's a gift of time. Somebody says, I'll babysit the kids. You go out and enjoy your anniversary. That's a gift. Maybe someone takes the time to teach us something. Oh, come over. I'll show you how to operate a router so you can make that thing you want to make with a router, whatever it is. I don't know if I know how to use a router, but maybe someone will teach me. Privilege is a gift. Maybe we carry some privilege and we acknowledge it and we say, I get to do this thing because I have the ability to pay for it, or I have the free time to go do the thing. Sometimes people may give a whole lot of their time, maybe even years, to something that they are passionate about. Ruth, will you come up here? And Kathy, come on.
So Ruth, this is with loving gratitude from our congregation and the team that you put together to make this, why am I crying? To make this one of the most successful auctions that we've had in the past years. $34,000. And having done the auction myself for a number of years before Ruth took it over, thank you so much, Ruth. I know how much time, how much stress, and we're truly grateful for all that you've given. And looking forward to, they're not here today, but I believe Sandy Atkins and her husband will be leading the auction next year. Yay!
Surprise! It worked out. So that is a really big gift, giving your time for 7 years leading the auction. That's a huge gift. It doesn't fit in any size box. Sometimes, though, gifts can be small. You could be given a blank book. This is a Lego blank book. They put their logo on it, of course, but they also put a little thing on it that has the Lego base plate, so you can actually take Lego pieces like these and stick them on there and make patterns. Turns out it's really hard to pry them off. And so once you put them on, you're kind of stuck with a random pattern and you're like, it's not worth it. But you still have the blank book. And it looks cool. And you tell people, oh yeah, I do stuff with the Legos. No, you don't. It's too difficult. But you have a book. But you have a book that's full of blank pages and you write stuff in it. Like you write all of, here's some notes and notes and notes and from a meeting and how to do this. Oh, this is from a class, so on and so forth, right? Sometimes you might put a quote in a book. I put this quote in here. It's from Bell Hooks, from All About Love, New Visions. A generous heart is always open, always ready to receive our going and coming. In the midst of such love, we need never fear abandonment. This is the most precious gift true love offers, the experience of knowing we always belong. Sometimes, though, gifts are really large, like physically really large. Larger even than the box with the elephant in it. What are some things that might be bigger than an elephant? A house. A house is a gift. To be living in a house is a blessing. Car. A car is a blessing. All these things, these gifts that we have. Friendship. That is bigger too. What's that? An apartment is a gift. Anywhere where we live is a gift. This church is also a gift. The church is a physical gift. It's a place, right? Lots of things happen here. The church is, as I have learned over the last 4 weeks, always got something going on inside. I walked in on a music recital last Sunday after church. I didn't check the calendar and had to go into the office and skirted around the outside of it while they were doing their thing. It is busy all the time, like every day of the week. So, it's a physical gift. But what have we been talking about for the last couple of weeks? Community. This community is a gift. This might be the biggest gift of all, right? The internal community, which is all of you, of course. There's people on Zoom. There's people who are not here today, people who are traveling for whatever reason. The community is big, but there's a lot of people here and on Zoom today. There's also how this church interacts with the external community. And then the community knows, oh, they're doing this thing. There's a lot of them at the protest all wearing that yellow shirt. It's easier when the color of the shirts that you're supposed to wear to the protest are not yellow, because it makes it really hard to find the Side with Love t-shirts. But nonetheless, we give to this community. Last week, when I asked who had been to the protest, 90% of the people in this room raised their hands. That's a gift to the community. There's other gifts to the community. The plate. What church gives away the plate every week? Well, this one. Yeah. It doesn't happen a lot, I'm going to say. This one does. That is a tangible gift to the community. And the people in this church, as we heard from Bell Hooks, this is the most precious gift true love offers. And I don't think she's talking about romantic true love. The experience of knowing we always belong. That may be the biggest gift of the church, is knowing that we belong here. And that people who walk in the doors, they belong here too. In our reading today, thank you for doing the reading, we heard a chapter from the Tao Te Ching, chapter 11. And just so you know, the reason why I put in the header of it, the translation, because it matters. Depending on which one you read, the words are going to be slightly different. How you interpret it might be different. That's the Jia Fu Feng and Jane English version. It's very poetic. It's the one that I prefer. We have a lot to think about in there. What's a wheel if you don't have a hub with a hole in the center, the empty space? A plate. Oh, it could be a plate. What if it's a literal wheel? Where would you see something like that? No hole in the center. Maybe Cracker Barrel. It's up on the wall because it's, makes you feel like you're in a country restaurant. But there's no hole in the center, so it's not really a wheel. And what's a clay vessel if it doesn't have empty space in it? It's a lump. It could be a very beautiful lump. Now, I'm not saying that, we'll talk about it. Because Lao Tzu talks about, if you don't have doors and a window, looking around a church building, or any building, what do you have? You have a box. It could have a gift in it, but it's much nicer when you're in a building if there's doors and windows, so you can go in and out. And and if you don't have anything, at best it's a cell where you are stuck. But here we have windows and doors. So I often, with this reading, debate what is the difference between a benefit and usefulness. The church itself provides a benefit to the community, but without all of the doors and windows, it wouldn't be very useful. It would just be a State Farm building. Oh, wait, yeah. But I think the real usefulness of it is that it provides a space for everybody here to do all the different things that we do, to be this community. So, what can you do with the gifts that you receive and that you have? It's not homework, but it's a question that you can hold and think about. What can you do with your gifts? And what can you do with the gift that is this church? You already do so much. What else can you do? How much bigger can the box get? Think about it like a blank book. You can write the story of this church, of your gifts, of your participation in the community. You can write it in your blank book, which might just be up here. You don't have to write it in an actual book, but you could. And I hope that you do. May it be so, Bishamale, and Amen. Please stand as you, go ahead. No, you go.
I don't want to hog the announcement. Go ahead and stand if you're able, and rise in spirit, if that suits you, as we all sing number 128, For All That Is Our Life. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all that is a gift, which we are called to use to build our common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift, which we are called to use to build our common good and make our own days glad.
Please join with me in reading the words on the screen as we prepare to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment, those we carry into our lives until we are together again.
Well, first we can't light the chalice, and now we can't put it out. Which, I mean, great. It's a great metaphor, right? All of you here in the sanctuary today are invited after the service for coffee, tea, bagels, and conversation in our community room, Berg Hall, through the doors on each side of the sanctuary over there. Also, all visitors and guests are encouraged to stop by the connecting table, which is right through the doors on that side of Berg Hall, for a chat. Nearby is the welcome table, where you will find information about our church and our faith tradition, Unitarian Universalism. So this week, as you go out into the world, think about the gifts that you hold in your blank book, and As we heard in the call to worship, remember the untrimmable light, the ocean's shine, and the prayers that are made of grass. Amen.
Amen.